Hello everyone, I'm Mark from Way Cool News, and today we're going to be reviewing the Christian vs. Randy Orton WWE Battlepack 16 by Mattel. On the front of the packaging, featured in the background, is an image of Randy Orton and Christian posed in the attire the figures are based on. Orton and Christian come packaged inside the blister bubble in a very articulated manner. It doesn't appear any sort of finishing move, but rather a kick from Orton to the midsection of Christian. Seated above and in between Orton and Christian is the World Heavyweight Championship. There is also a sticker announcing the inclusion of the title belt as well. On the back of the packaging, we see the stylized portraits of Orton and Christian from the front carried over to the back as well. Below that, other available battle packs in the series are shown, featuring Alberto Del Rio vs. Big Show, as well as David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy. Christian comes wearing the attire from his ECW debut in red, gold, and black. Randy Orton comes with a brand new bearded head sculpt, along with tattooed arms and upper back. Orton comes sporting black and gray trunks with black knee pads and boots. Now let's take a closer look at this WWE Battle Pack. Let's start first with Randy Orton. Now the one thing I'm excited about with this figure is the brand new head scan. And some of the things I love about this brand new head scan, first is the hairline here. It looks much more realistic, more natural. The texture looks awesome. It also almost looks like it comes off the forehead here, kind of like how it's spiked up in the front. The texture carries down into the facial hair. I'm loving the way the facial hair came out. It looks much more realistic than what we've seen previously. Like if you take a look at the WWE Elite 12, that one looks horrible. It almost looks like it's painted across. It doesn't look real at all. There's no texture. The hair looks like it's just edged all the way across. It doesn't look like Randy Orton whatsoever. And it has this odd facial expression that there's like this one eye up, one eyebrow up. He comes off looking like a Rock impersonator. And I don't even know when he makes that facial expression. But this one's awesome. I mean, this facial expression is spot on. It's kind of that stern kind of Randy Orton look. I mean, you could just see this thing coming down the rampway. It looks awesome. So also too, we take a look at this build here. The build looks pretty good. Has this really good muscular definition in the front here. Randy Orton has a pretty good set of abs, and this brings it out well. Plus, he's kind of a slender guy. He's not real broad. He's got a kind of an aesthetic build, almost like an Abercrombie model or something. And these arms are perfect too. Pretty muscular, but not too massive. They look great on him. I love these legs because they have great definition that carries through all the way down into the calves as well. Standard boots, what we've seen before previously on a lot of other figures. Some great sculpting going on here. This head scan's awesome. I mean, if you want to swap it out with some of your elite figures, that'd be a good idea too, so you get the best of both worlds before they actually produce it. But at some point, I'm sure they're going to give us an even better Randy Orton. But this one, for now, is the best. Let's take a look at this paint here. The hair color looks really good. It's not like this off-orange color that they use in some of the other figures. I mean, some of the other Randy Ortons, I've been waiting for this figure for a while now, because this is a long time coming. I've always wanted to own a Randy Orton figure, but whenever I see them on the shelves, you just have to laugh because they're not good. But this one, I saw this one in stores, and instantly I knew I was buying it. So we also get this flesh tone paint. Always looks awesome by Mattel. They do a really good job at capturing perspiration. So they look like they're good to go coming down the rampway. Let's take a look at these tattoos. Now the one thing I do think they need to improve on as far as these tattoos go is differentiating some of the stronger, bolder tattoos, like this tribal one over here. Let's see if I can line it up a little. This one's a lot more bolder, as well as the one on the back of his arm, than the rest of his other tattoos. Some of his other tattoos are a little bit more opaque, a little more faded. These just come off looking too dark. Not really defined enough, in my opinion. But there's always going to be room to be better, and sometimes you got to save some of that stuff for the elite. I mean, that's your selling points at some time. I mean, other than articulation, if they didn't do better paint jobs, what else would they have to sell you on? But this one on the back looks okay. But like I say with tattoos, they need to make them a little bit more realistic, a little more faded, ease up on the definition, I think. But you think these tribal ones would come out a little bit more bolder than the rest. I mean, some of them need to stand out better than the others. But if you take a look at the tattoos, you can see some of the ones that we're more familiar with. Definitely this one on the back of his arm. I don't know what the writing says, but it's there along with the skulls that are kind of mixed throughout the sleeves. Now let's take a look at his tights, his little shorts here. Now on the back here, I noticed that my Orton across the back here looks like it's been cut off. I don't know if that's going to end up being in all the productions, but for mine, the R is gone. It kind of looks like Randy Orton. But beyond that, the design here looks really good. Nothing to cry about, definitely. I'm not going to pass up on this figure just because it looks like Orton. Going to RKO some people. But the black carries all the way down to the boots, the elbow pads and the knee pads. Well, I guess no elbow pads, I should say. Also in the wristbands. So let's go ahead and move into articulation. We get a rotate all the way around. You get a ball joint working under here, so you get a little bit of a nod. Not much. The neck's going to hinder that a little bit. Not too bad. Now at the top of the arm here, we get this ball joint. So it's going to rotate all the way around, and you're going to be able to bend it back and forth. And you get a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, rotate at the wrist, and a little bend. Goes both ways a little bit, a little up. Now we get a swivel all the way around at the hips, back and forth at the top of the leg. Single jointed knee, so the bend only goes one way, and a swivel at the top of the boot, bend right here down near the ankle. No ankle pivots, but this figure is awesome. I'm glad I own this one. It's definitely worth the money alone just for the Randy Orton figure. Definitely worth picking up. I plan on RKOing some people. Start with Christian, obviously. Comes included here, so. But this has to be my favorite Randy Orton figure. And I think it's definitely the one that is the best of its time right now. So if you've been waiting for a decent Randy Orton figure, this is definitely the one. You see him on shelves, pick him up.